Good afternoon. I am going to demonstrate something else from the Module 4, the hash verification lab. Now, one of the things that we need to pay attention to as cybersecurity professionals is making sure that files get to us intact. One way of doing that is by pulling the MD5 hash on something. Now, md5 is not the only command we can use. Um, there are other hashing algorithms. MD5 is one of the big ones. There's also the SHA hashing algorithm. And there are other versions of the SHA. There are many versions of SHA, some of them more secure than others. This is actually something you might also work with in your digital forensics or your intrusion detection class, because there's a lot of different things we can use to use a lot of different ways we can use this hashing technique. You can use it to validate files, to validate digital certificates, etc. Say, for example, if you're trying to search a computer which you think might have digital contraband on it, pirated files, stolen information, even things which are very, very illegal, say for various forms of pornography, um, or if not illegal, then very much a violation of your company's acceptable use policy. Rather than looking at lots and lots of files all by yourself, one thing you can do is take a library, shall we say, of known hashes, of known good or known bad files, either valid files or contraband, take a hash of every file on a drive, scan the drive, and look for matches, either in the valid category or the known contraband category. Anyway, what I'm going to do for this lab, I have to install a new piece of software. So I'm taking my Debian 9 client, and I'm going to flip it back out into the real world. So I'm going to take it off the LAN segment, put it into NAT, click OK. And now I'm going to log in. And it is actually disconnected on me. Now, I've actually got a file here that I can use. So the first thing I'm going to do is go get gtkhash. So the first thing to do is sudo apt-get install gtkhash. See if that works. Okay, yeah. So going to get the program and some common. If you find a -common package related to something that you're installing, there's a real good chance that that's common libraries and such. Now, if you also see a package that starts with the words lib for library, that's almost certainly a library. Some larger packages will have a lot of libraries. So what we're going to do once this finishes installing, we're going to use the md5sum command to hash out a file. Then we're going to change the file, and we're going to actually generate that hash a couple different ways. Let me make sure that I have the md5sum command. Which md5sum. Okay, good. Okay, good. So I've got both of these. So if I can do md5sum Henry and bam. Okay, so I'm going to call this Henry md5 txt. Okay, so that's my md5 hash. So I'm going to do gtk hash Henry 5. Now this is the GTK file. This may actually pop up a GUI. Now, some of these take a little longer than others. The hashing algorithm is essentially math. Oh, and yes, here we go. So, HMAC, that is a hashing based message authentication protocol. And I want to, let's see, file, hash, boom. So I've actually got 3 different hashes here. I got an MD5, an SHA1, and an SHA256. These are slightly different algorithms from each other. Notice that the MD5 algorithm, the MD5 hash of this file is exactly the same as we see here, that generated at the command line. Okay, so file, save as. And I will. Now, notice, while this screen here is up, I don't get my command line back. Whenever you start an interactive program, like say, for example, Synaptec or gparted from the command line, you lose control of the command line because essentially that bash session has passed control to that program. You have to go get it yourself. Boom, there, file, quit. Let's cat the, there. So we have an SHA of, now let me try something a little different. Let me do VIM. Let me add some punctuation. I'm not even sure this is the right punctuation. Honestly, if I really, well, actually, you know what? Let's do this right. Let's go to Project Gutenberg and find the actual prologue of Henry V. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to rehash this file in just a minute. Notice I've removed some spaces, I've changed some capitalization, I've added some punctuation. Even a small change is enough to completely change the hash of a file. Multiple big changes will change it even more. So if I were to do notice how much it has changed. Now let's see if, I'm not even sure Firefox is starting up. Okay, so that is a basic demonstration of hashing. Thank you.